What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you a Ain't Nobody war recap video. This was an arranged war versus Michigan Rose, and we came here with the victory 68-66. It was a thriller. Came down to quite literally the last attack. Michigan Rose could have came away with the tiebreaker victory, but failed. Came up short on an 11-on-11 attempt. This is Ain't Nobody's. This is their, I would say it's our second legit arranged war. Our first arranged war was against Spartan Clan, and this was before friendly wars existed, where we had to match weights and we had to keep mashing, and you could run the risk of missing. Me and Bao, hi. We did that one before a long time ago. It was kind of exciting when you match and you don't miss. And then we tried to duplicate it again, we couldn't. But since Friendly Wars came out, you know, it's been a long time since we've done an actual arranged war. This was one. We have a few others lined up. I'll put some information in the description video about for arranged wars and things like that. But Michigan Rose is a CWL light team, so they're a good clan, and I think this was a good gauge setter for our clan that has aspirations to get into the same type of tournaments or seasons, and I think we have broke through that. I'm very proud. Made a statement that we're ready to be considered in that same discussion. So I'm really proud of these guys. With that said, let's look at the breakdown. The breakdown was 2-6 fill, and the Rose was not able to double the top two Town Hall 11s. There was no 10-on-10 threes. They were, but they did clear. They left one Town Hall 9, but it'll come down to strategy in a second. And then for us, we were able to double the top two Town Hall 11s. And we, again, did not get any 10-on-10 threes. It just didn't work out that way. And we cleared all the 9s. So, how did this work out? If you take a look at the Town Hall 11 game right here, attacks. We didn't have a great showing on our 11 dip game. We were 1 for 4. We should have handedly got this victory, but we didn't. If you take a look at their side, they also struggled, but it does. I'm sorry, it looks like it struggled, but they didn't. They were perfect, 14 inches of pain with perfect on his dips. However, their number one guy, both of them were 11-on-11 attempts, and they were forced. They were not what I'm pretty sure that wasn't in their game plan. These were forced 11-on-11 attempts. It got really close with JC. If there was ever a chance for them to get an 11-on-11 3, it was JC's base. But he failed on that one way earlier in the war, probably halfway through, and that really put a damper on things. The other story is if you take a look at the 10v11 game, we robbed 7 attacks. Actually, I take that. We robbed attacks is what I'll say, because 2 of these are 11-on-11 attempts. If you take a look at us, we were one-shot wonders. So that really is important to the game, the 10v11 game. That's why I continue to push the 10v11 content, and hopefully they'll help people understand that the 10v11 game is slightly different, and you do have to respect it, or you come up with no stars. Like, you really have to respect max 11 defense. All right, there's my soapbox. Let's take a look at what our guys did. Let's look at the last war, rather. Look at the last attack. So why I said they almost had this is right here. 2 minutes left in the war. If he gets this double, if he clears that 11-on-11 3, they win the tiebreaker right there. That's how close this war came down to. Taking a look at the 9 Town Hall 9s, though. If you got to scroll right down here, or even Town Hall 10s, some learning curves were evident, in my opinion, of trying to be a sustainable clan in this type of a setting, high pace, high stakes, you know, really, really good bases, things like that. We didn't wait for scouts on some of our 10v10s. And the reason why we didn't, time zones come up. And every clan and anybody watching this that's in a similar build that's international knows what I'm talking about. Is you have life. It's a midweek war as well, but you have life and you have different time zones. Coupled with the fact that I believe some of our Town Hall 9s didn't understand that the rules that we have in place are not guidelines. They're freaking rules. That all Town Hall 9s need to be done by a certain part of the war for exactly that reason. It helps the international aspect of the clan. We just needed a better game plan to maximize the meat and potatoes of the war. So it was a good learning curve. I think good lessons came out of this war as well. All right, done talking. Hopefully those talking points will help for you guys that are also with the same aspirations. Let's take a look at some of these raids. What I wanted to start with was El Crash. We did very well this war. The space was a bit difficult to bring down. I think I say that because we got pretty close. Like we got a couple of 99%. The 9 on 9 for us, man, we got robbed like 4 times. It was really heartbreaking. There were quite a few 99% or high 90% that I saw, and a very disappointing war for myself. I'll probably put it in a different video, but my KB, my Town Hall 9 account, I didn't pull down a single 3. That means it's the mythical creature, which is not a unicorn. It's a KB failure, 9v9. Reared its head. There was a sighting, not just once, but twice. And I think there was a lot of good talking points about how you can get better at the 9v9 game and 10v11 game in this war, as well as strategy, clan versus clan. There was a lot of great lessons in this war, so I'm really looking forward to some of the content that's coming out from it. As we take a look here of a kill squad approach straight to the queen, then reroute the jump blitzer straight across the island bow, or the bow island. I call it an island bow. Tesla farm. This was a pretty decent base. I saw a few angles here with some dragons. This is the second hog attack. The first one got really, really close to like a 99%, 94 or something like that. And so we just went, why reinvent the wheel with a different strategy completely when you get that close to it? So El Crash coming in late in the game, using his skeletons as cleanup. I really like that. I also do the same thing. If you don't use them as certain aspects during the raid, they're great for cleanup. Look how fast they took care of everything. It's like, I think it's 20 something troops down there. They kind of melt through things. Nice job, El Crash. Let's go down some more. There was some really nice 9v9s on this. I believe it was it number 2 in progress? I know it was Crispy Bacon. Nope, sorry about that. It is not Crispy Bacon. It was Lido. Or Lido. Or Lido, Lido, Lido. The minions? No, not so much. I digress too much. Doing a queen walk. Lalunian, I believe. I still think they call this, I'm probably getting it wrong, a TDH from War Whales. And Snip from War Whales has a pretty good, attack strategy video explaining this, I believe, is where this comes from. But he's going to use a queen walk, open up the wall, get towards the right-hand side, and then jump across that dead space to get the other air defenses as well, and then just Lalo the remaining base. Why I picked this, though, if you take a look at it, it actually doesn't go according to plan. Really good funnel here. The BK just kind of takes everything over to the right. Queen's going to step up and shoot some Larrys, but once the Expo goes down, she'll step up and get the sweeper. Right now, the jump needs to go down, but it's not. And he's delayed with the aggroing the CC, but because that jump is not down, she doesn't step up further to get attracted that way. Plus, she's allergic to the jump anyway. Steps to the right, gets the wizard tower. Right here, the jump needs to be down, but the moment that wizard tower goes down, she reroutes outward because this is I think that's too far. Yeah, that's one tile too far out of her range. So she goes to the next thing that she can target and then reroutes outside of the base. So basically a perfectly imperfect raid. And I like that he keeps up. So basically these other two, the air defenses are supposed to be down. The sweeper's supposed to be down. I know he didn't want to engage the queen this way, but he really smartly sticks with the plan here, adjusts nice on the fly, puts that rage down. He has one Larry spell for that, and the pups. That combination, I know Cast and Blast would be really proud of that one, because that's a damn sick queen pop. But it was really, really nice, that the fact that he didn't give up and it still crushed the base. We'll go to ×2 here. As the healers here occupy the air defense ever so slightly enough, just enough time for that loons to come over and take it out as we go to ×4. Lots of troll Teslas. Holy cow. But you know what? That's where the Town Hall 9 game is nowadays. That's where it is. Stop a fresh hit. Like, you kind of rely on Teslas nowadays. In some bases, at least. I liked Justin Cider, which, by the way, if that's really your name, it should be a porn star name. If it's not your name, I get the joke. That's freaking awesome. If it is your name, I would thank my parents for having that last name and call him in Justin, because that's freaking awesome. What's your name? Justin Cider. Right? You totally can see that, right? Like, he's got an 80s mustache. I don't know if he has a mustache, but I bet he's going to grow one now. I don't want to see the photos. All right, I digress. Keep going in. Bow drag. A couple of dragon attacks to end out the recap video. Excuse me. A shattered approach. So pretty heavy coming in. Rage bowlers, heal bowlers, so that they stay sustained throughout the base, and they don't get hit from the giant bomb. They get healed right back up to better health, but just mows down the middle of this base, literally gutting it, gutting the base, 40% of it or so before he unleashes the dragons. I felt this might have been a bit dicey and risky, because he has five dragons, which is a bit thin, going into a Tesla farm, 2-point defenses, and then a back-end point defense of the Archer Tower. Uses a rage to mow through this part, but he also doesn't have complementary loons because of they're only now coming in. You can see, we'll go to ×2 because it is slow, but it's just him and the base. It's just dragons, 2 dragons now remaining. It was pretty dicey. I felt like this one might have been forced on, but it still got through. And at the end of the day, whether it's an overkill or you got one barbarian bringing down the town hall for the 3, a 3 is a 3. With all the point defenses down and one loon that survives, it starts working on the trash ring on the bottom, which is why it's so scary. He was fighting the clock on this. He had about 5 seconds left, or 4 seconds left. Bags a poison spell. Nice job, Justin Cider. Reminds me of the joke of Dickens Cider. Like, when I'm thirsty, I can't wait to grab a nice warm glass of Dickens Cider. Go to Lidu. Nope, not Lidu. I remember who I wanted. It was 24. Mike would be so proud of this. Yo, killer, kill. Killer, kill, B. Actually, Mike cleaned up my mess. Was it 23? Oh, giggity. It was the Beast. 21. Killer? Was it here, killer? It was. So we're looking at this base. And we're trying to figure out... there's a few bases left, and then I called this base. I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't think I called it. Somebody asked opinions about it, and I took one look at it, and I was like, a Mike drag loon, and I just thought, Mike, you should hear that how we're defining this attack strategy. Mike does it from Wood Hive, and you've seen a few attack strategies about this. I've seen it on the channel, and oh my god, I got blow my nose. He also. He's provided additional tips on it that I've tried to share, but it's a really great base for this strategy and a good one to talk through. He's a bit thin on the loons, is what I said. As soon as he attacked, I was like, Man, you needed about 2 more loons just in case, and your funnel of your royals could have been a little bit better. Almost didn't get that last air defense, but he had enough to get there. 29 queen really helps. But the royals got 2 air defenses and 2 archer towers, which is huge value. And then he starts the dragons from the top. There's no point defense up there. Deals with the royals by themselves, rage through that, heal to sustain, drags the hound clear across the base, which takes traps with it, and Larry's. Oh, I guess that is redundant, they're both traps. And then sends in, just 4 or 5 complementary loons with just 1 haste. Fishes out this is a fresh hit, fishes out some Tesla farms at the bottom. We suspected to be around here anywhere, but I thought they would be higher up by the town hall possibly. But then this hound right here, look how much is left on this guy. Just perfect. He's got 5 dragons, 6 dragons left. 2 of them are really healthy. 3 of them are. And then you got 5 dragons coming into 1 point defense. It doesn't matter how many stopping points you have. You're going to win that battle because of the buff to dragons that they attack faster now. So I thought this was really nice. Had to put it on, and then Mike, they were asking, what do you think about this attack? What could he have done better besides making that funnel better and bringing maybe a couple more loons? But that's what I said. Like, we're a little bit too heavy on the wizards. Maybe drop 1 dragon. But hopefully those talking points are helpful for you. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double. And I'll check you next time.